Hello everybody and welcome to Real Podcast. My name is Eugine. I'm the host. And on my right,
Michelle, I'll be your co-host for today. I'm a student and also a child leader here at Canada. So join us.
And on my left,
Gerald, Eugine. I work with young people as well. I also deal within the church as a teens coordinator, and I'm also a teacher.
yeah, so join us for an insightful conversation on apology languages. This will help you know which apology language do you prefer to give and which do the other person prefer to receive and which one you prefer to receive yourself. So join us. This will be a fun, interactive. We'll be having some segments where we'll be asking questions, get to know, and share, get to know Gerald even more. And we'll be having also fun segments where we'll be asking quick fire triggers. You want to miss this? Minimoto. See you.
Join us.
In the rant zone today, there is something we share.
Of course, it had to be me.
There is something we share in the rant zone.
Ladies first.
So in the rant zone we share 60 seconds. Rant about anything that you're upset in the week.
Yesterday, I sit down for like 1.5 hours writing these means. I was documenting the news that we had last Monday. And then Konanza Kunyesha. So I ran out and need to save anything that I had done. I don't know, to get the clothes from the hanging line. And then I come back, start folding and just forget about the minutes I was writing. I wasn't even done yet. And then all of a sudden, Giant is there, she's in the steam, she's supposed to be wearing a sweater, so she's taking warm water. But because a lot of stress. But because the laptop is there and she's a kid, she just wants to touch and see. She's there touching. I'm like, Kai, Giant, look at my sweater. Giant, look at my sweater. Giant, look at my water. And then I blew out and see my laptop without saving any work that I had done. And then after Nimezima, I realized, oh my God, I have to start over again. Just because I was angry at a small thing. Imagine. Start it all over again.
Free therapy session. What's one thing that really pissed you off in the week because of the week that you love to leave on your chest?
In the course of the week, I can say, uko kazini. I promised watoto. Nitawaletea some goodies. Alafu.
And the end man.
No. Oh, my
Not for
students.
teachers.
Okay. Now, I literally left them for a second time. And mtoto akufurahia. Sikupeleka. It has been something nimekuwa nikipromise for quite some time.
Long time.
Now,
So I expect
yes, and now to make it worse, I ended up now planning something to do that. Right now we're doing maneno na kupika. So everyone is feeling quite harsh. And trying wakitaka kulevele. So the worst part about it, I ended up ordering the wrong menu for them.
Oh my God.
To cook. They
Oh, are they supposed to cook?
Now, in my mind, I had thought that I had given only 2 days later. I read the wrong dish. Now, when it comes to the sweet, they were patterned. The what I had for what I had was patterned kwa pamoja na isuke and it is That's why I started with the yoga sweet.
But I still feel now watoto ndio inafaa waransi. Inafaa waransi.
I felt for them.
In their place. You are running.
I actually have 2. My first one was on Monday. So tell me why we're supposed to have a meeting on Monday. And I'm very angry. Check the calendar.
I don't like.
I rushed the bathroom, nifanye nikatapisha vitu haraka. Then I was leaving. I decided to check the time. Not checking the time on my phone, I realized that there's a message. Kuangalia message hivi at the meeting is cancelled. I'm halfway from home. I was about to take bike and I'm halfway from home. And then immediately then I was trying to call me, and then you're like, oh, unakuja ama hakuji. I was like, I'm sorry, but nakuja because also we had a meeting with the part of the technical team and the camera and shout out to them. So I had to come and we come. It was a successful meeting. And then another one today.
Spare me.
Today. So I was like, now I'm the one calling the mission. I texted. Let's meet at 10. 10 you're really late.
I knew come at the first meeting you see 10 and you came at 11:30. You did not insist African time.
No. So I was like, let's make it 10 and then 10 for real. And then I was here by 9:45. And then lo and behold,
Congratulations.
I've been maintaining time. What is that? So I came at 9:44. I found Gerald still in, part of our technical team already in. We discussed some things. Then Michelle came at 9. It was 10.
It was
10:24.
10:07.
10:24.
So it's basically 10:15, and I was already here.
10:24.
That's half African time. That's not full African time.
Nimesema nimetoka, but niko sawa saa hizi. Next time, let's try good time. The second bit is the icebreaker. The question of the day is, what's one thing in your house that you are irrationally attached to? Unreasonably attached to. Yeah, it's lazima uwe attached to this thing, but find yourself attached to it.
I would say my Bluetooth speaker. I walk with it everywhere. Nataka kwenda washroom, I want to listen to music in the washroom, so I will carry it to the washroom. I will carry it to the bedroom. I will carry it to the sitting room. When I'm traveling, I will carry it wherever. And it's really annoying for my family because like, watu wanataka watu wamechinga wanyamaza, and then we come home with music, and then it's always loud. That's it for me.
Gerald, what's for me moja tu that you are unreasonable, lazima tu kwetu nayo.
I think the space when you want to get
Kwa nyumba.
Kwa nyumba.
You have a favorite.
Not that I chase you, but
with those eyes, that's my chair.
Just a normal sitting position, but it is, I find myself just comfortable.
Mine, I love to say, I have to be honest, it's my portion. It's not my portion, it's my mom's portion, the one on the chair. So I carry it with me everywhere. So when I'm in my bed, we have some 2 pillows, but I still use that cushion. When I go to my sister's space also, I love hanging out with them. I still carry that cushion. So my mom has been ranting everywhere.
How did you survive in high school?
Day school.
Oh,
yeah,
no wonder.
Day school. So it was a normal thing for me. So I don't know that I'm attached to it, but I love that question so much. Yeah. So hello everybody and welcome now to Real Time Podcast, where we are having real conversation about real stuff affecting real people. Actually, we say it here on Real Time Podcast that it's real time, real people, and real stories. So now today's stories we are talking about apology languages. Let me read to you something. As such, that was done by 2 scientists that came up with the 5 apology languages. So what's apology language? Apology language refers to specific ways people prefer to give and receive apologies. Just like love languages, understanding someone's apology language can improve communication and help resolve conflict more effectively. The concept comes from Dr. Gary Champman and Dr. Jennifer Thomas, who identified 5 apology languages in their book, The 5 Languages of Apology. And I'll break them down when you're finishing the summary, but I have some guiding questions to discuss with us. These 5 questions will help us understand the 5 apology languages. I said I'll give you the summary of the 5 apology languages at the end of this discussion, but for now, I think it's good to start somewhere. And the first question goes to Michelle. You can jump in, rescue her if you feel that she's. You can rescue her if you feel that she's drowning. Something Mucha. The first question to you, Michelle. What does meaningful expression of regret look like?
Regrets.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of apologies, okay, usually I feel like it's usually very shallow for someone to wrong you and then just come and say, I'm sorry. So it's like, okay, you're sorry, but you even know what you've done that you're apologizing for, because how are you sorry, but for what? So one meaningful expression that I would really appreciate if everybody would just engage and take on as a habit is when you're apologizing, you ought to acknowledge what you have done. Like, tell me you're sorry, yes, but I'm sorry for what I've done this and this, I've wronged you in this way, and I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I feel like that would make a big difference. Because once you know what you've done, if you're sorry for the same thing over and over again, then come and come and never to apologize for kufanya the same thing today, tomorrow, the day after, that wouldn't make sense. But if it's a mistake, a new mistake, and then a new one, and then a new one, maybe you can correct and grow as a person. But if you're doing the same thing over and over again, nah. Yeah. I mean, it's acknowledging that. Yeah.
You talk about acknowledgement. Now, for me, I think I was about to step in, but I just wanted to finish.
Yeah.
I'll put it in a manner that you say the first time, second time, the third time. It makes, how about if I just say sorry?
Sorry.
And it is a first offense. Maybe I just step on your purpose.
Sorry for what?
Would you? Okay. Sometimes I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
This is like an action that has happened and they immediately sorry for it. But if it's something that goes directly to hurting my feelings, because unaweza kuwa umefanya and you don't even know that I'm hurt by it. So if you're going to be sorry, after me of course expressing my heart, you're supposed to be specific about hiyo kitu yenye uko sorry for.
Na kuna wale wa sorry bus. My sisters are really sitting. Pole bus.
Hiyo ni kama unasema juu nimecomplain.
Juu nimecomplain. Naambia sana pole bus nyamaza.
Unataka kwa apologize. It's better at least sasa useme hiyo kama ni hiyo.
And I like the fact that she said that it rings no meaning when it is now habitual.
Yeah.
Because it does not reflect sincerity. And in a way, acknowledging what you are saying sorry for also states that you recognize that which. But now it comes differently for people. There are others who will say even just that sorry is just enough for them.
Yeah.
But I think it's always meaningful in a scenario whereby maybe it's more critical with people you have a certain relationship with.
Exactly.
It may be, let me say, school, a friend, a workmate, and it's something that unintentionally happened, or maybe you spotted a weakness from your own end. So it is just actually, for me, acknowledgement, it comes like also part and parcel of taking accountability.
Yeah.
It really reflects much on you're accountable and you recognize it. And you're willing now to step forward.
Let me cut you on that because it's kind of like ties to the second beat. Now continue your point to this question.
Yes.
Why is accepting responsibility so difficult for some people, and how can you get better at it? Because for the way you're talking, you're saying accountability. I've wronged you, but some people feel they're so slow to accept responsibility. Like they've hurt you and then they're like, they won't even say, I was wrong for this. It was like, some people are so shallow in saying it. Kuna Islam tunatumia my bad, no, what's my bad, sorry. But that's not taking responsibility. But can you touch on that? Why is it so difficult for some people to like take responsibility for their wrong, and how can you get better at it?
I think you can get, I'll start by saying you can get better at it by learning the environment that you are in. Because mostly it depends from our own background. Maybe you come in a place whereby, just say maybe like you started sorry bus. It's a common thing, and the way you relate, when someone says sorry bus, for you it's true.
Yeah.
So the background. So when I say identifying our environments where we are in, like you should know when you're apologizing to a stranger, when you're apologizing to maybe someone you're used to, there's a different pattern and approaches that you give. So you have to be aware of the surroundings. So you just remind me the key question: why is it difficult
To take responsibility.
It is difficult to take responsibility. It can only be difficult if you are not willing to move on. If you're not willing now to take the next step, like you're working on something, if you're not feeling it, you're not really willing to now push forward to the next thing.
Yeah.
Let's say something will happen that the mistake was on your end. Failing to acknowledge that mistake means what? You are not ready to move on. It may be a project, it may be this. Remember, maybe it is a mistake that happened, now it's causing maybe that's a relationship that was progressing, or a project that may have been taking place because of the handles that you created because of this
one mistake that you don't want to apologize for.
It also reflects a sense of pride. Why would you not?
I agree. When you go to sense of pride, just what I was about to talk about actually. Because for me, it's usually personal. My wanting to apologize and my not wanting to apologize, it's not because of you, I'm actually not funny, but because of me. Some people feel like if I apologize to you, it makes me diminish in some kind of way, like it's lower than
just what I wanted to say. The society has portrayed it to be sort of like a weakness. It makes you feel inferior when you're apologizing to somebody else.
Because it's like you're wrong.
God help us. God help us to apologize.
But it's really supposed to be something unafanya as a step of maturity to make things better in the environment and all.
And then remember, it's your relationship with that person is at stake. So just taking that responsibility might bring a sort of like
it also comes from a point whereby we have to know that we are being set, we can make mistakes. But we also have to know that even our mistakes, just saying sorry, the accountability part of it means it also means that the relationship we share, be it at work, school, friends, is also genuine. It comes onto that as well.
The third question. Can you share your example and share this to you?
Me?
Can you share your example of example of making restitution in different kind of relationship? For example, romantic, professional, parental, child, just friendship. Making restitution.
Am I supposed to share example in all, just
you can give example in all.
In all.
We can help you add that.
Okay. Making restitution is like a way forward towards
making restitution is like trying to amend
in
by
action.
by doing something. For example, if I walk when I was probably was passing to a market and then I stepped on a tomato, then
just gonna have to say
let's say Nicole was so
just gonna have to pay.
Yeah, some people prefer
Okay.
an apology language, like you pay back, then you pay back. At least it's sorry for what you did. Yeah. So how does that look like in a romantic relationship or professional?
I think relationships, and just go relationships in general. I think if you were to wrong someone that means something to you, and you're like you don't want to do it again. So an example, practical example, if I were to lie about something or just hide something from you because I feel like, okay, it's something that I'm supposed to be sharing with you because you're my close circle and you ought to know, even if not just for you but for me too. And then I hide it, I don't share it, I feel like it would be reasonable to say that next time I will tell you everything that's on my mind, and I will share with you anything when it happens, as it happens, so that if you could ever die and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't tell you, I'm sorry I didn't let you know, becomes, even if it's not just for your own sake and knowledge, for their help or whatever they are holding. Exactly. So it'd be nice to feel like you're always there for them. And when you need to share something,
You should write a book on that. You should write a book on that.
I'll think about it.
Gerald, what does that look like to you making restitution? Like trying to make things right.
Trying to make things right is also the same as trying to make things work. That's why you go for. Now, maybe it depends to the extent of what you are providing. Like for example, if it's something minor, maybe a word of conversation, like just showing sincerity and how you express it. I'm sorry for doing this and this. And then it also goes further, like she used an example of a relationship. You see, a mistake was made, it means that something was noted that now needs to be repair. So it is also just a way, restitution is like just showing that you're really committed to acknowledging that which you had done wrong. So instead of just doing it verbally, you're now pushing it through by the words of action. Even the relationship way. But now maybe for example, I think it has to go as a way to maybe performance require a machine. I'm sorry. Mathematics. So it now will have to push you to. I'll be attending tuition as from tomorrow with so and so who is also good in math. So you now push the extra effort. And you show your commitment to it. So you see, for others, that will work. And it also helps in the scenario where they're saying, you are always saying sorry. So restitution now gives a bigger impact on it, that it shows you a serious and commitment to it.
Change yourself.
You want to change.
And one thing I'd like to say about that point is that restitution also might require you to ask somebody, how can I make it right? Because if you act on your own judgment, you might end up worsening the situation. Imagine that you've had somebody online and then and then you're making public apology, anything that you're making restitution, and then somebody didn't want you to go back to public. So it's better to ask, how can I make it right? So it helps you also, like Gerald says, it gives an impact that you want to change. And reading about change, it leads us to the next question. What does genuine repentance involve beyond just saying, I won't do it again? Genuine repentance, genuinely changing. What does that look like? Beyond just words,
I think being genuine is being clear about how you're going to prevent whatever has happened from happening again. Because if I say, oh, I'm sorry for wronging you this way, anybody can say that. if I know, like, kama mimi najua, I have a certain friend, she
Yes.
gets mad easily. So nikimkosea, I just go and apologize for the thing, and I acknowledge that I'm sorry, and I tell her that nimekosa, pole, atanisamehe. I just go do that. Anybody else will come and do that. But if I'm like, I will do this to make sure it doesn't happen again. It shows that I'm genuinely sorry, that I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Because coming a kumiza and ajali, I care. I think it's about being very clear about how you prevent it from happening again.
And then you're clear on how to.
So clear is what makes it.
On how you're going to.
In explanation, it was almost. Now you're adding more emphasis to more pump, huh? Now pump kushinda unaongeza zaidi more. Better sasa ni kama kuongeza sasa.
No,
ni kama sorry, ni kama kuemphasize on the sorry.
But
ni kama ku explain sasa just what you're going to do to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Like turning from maybe that's how to maybe somebody else, person X is a drug addict, and person X wants to change and want to apologize to the parents and come back to
Resolution.
So
and I say that, okay, if I use example, does it mean that it will no longer be saying that I'm going now to go to, we take further steps in implementing this thing, but now saying I'm registered to have and actually follow through with it.
Yeah, follow through the program till the latter. Yeah.
Just to show how genuine you acknowledge maybe it was something, a problem that was on your end, and you're really working on it to make things right, because you don't want such a thing to ever come.
Yeah.
I think that's based on what you say. That's
the last question. When is it appropriate or necessary to request forgiveness, and how do you handle it if the other person is not ready?
You need to ask that one.
When is it appropriate or necessary to request for forgiveness, and how do we handle it if the other person is not ready? Because I might come and say sorry, like nimekudhi ama nikufanya kitendo na sorry, and that other person is not ready for me yet.
Yeah.
So when is it appropriate? Like, is it immediately kama nishakuwa nikwambie sorry, ama kama nigoje kidogo? And also, if I say sorry, how do I take it if you're not ready to even listen to it? Because I know girls' relationship kwanza, but you will think the love. You might go and try to say sorry.
Right here.
You might try to go and say sorry, they'll slap the door at you. Boom! And then only later they just okay, and then you approach them. So maybe from this perspective,
You
can define your gender. You can define your gender.
Yeah, that's the question.
He has answered the question, and I think he has spoken of giving time for someone to cool down.
Yeah.
But now you can continue now.
Define your gender.
Oh, hey, my gender. I think for girls are just very emotional beings. And just you coming to tell me sorry for something that you've done, haimanishi nafaa kuwa sawa nayo just because umesema pole. Okay, ni sawa umeapologize, but let me start with the first part. When? Muuliza when.
Yes,
Okay, when is it appropriate? You're not supposed to apologize the moment that you may be wrong just because it's habitual to say sorry. You're supposed to apologize when you realize what you have done and you realize that it's a mistake or wishing inakuja from your own part.
I beg to contradict.
You want to okay, let's
I'm the judge now.
But also let you continue.
Uh-huh.
I think saying sorry, even it is important at that time.
It
And
is,
now,
but
and now, I think it comes to what we were building on. So yeah, showing the working now on it, because the examples we are using now, level tofauti sana. Relationships, as we said, it is something.
From the questioning and
Yes.
when
is it appropriate?
appropriate?
Because for example,
you could step on someone, that's understandable. You're going to step on someone, I might hit someone on your way to semi-pole.
I say,
But if it's relationship based, you're not supposed to apologize to me during a jam.
or maybe take this scenario for example, you are preparing a report or something, like the minutes you are doing, and then I'm now the judge, your sister come and then start checking many things on that actual. Nimeongeza paragraphs kama hivi.
Oh my God.
Ukirudi, then you're like, oh, umefanya nini? And then you're busy, you're trying to correct what I've done. Is it appropriate to say there, manigodi to you cool down, umalize kufanya hizo vitu unafanya? Because sometimes tunasema sorry and you're still pissed off, you're hurt.
It won't make any sense. I want to make any sense.
So it takes on what is currently happening. You know.
Yeah, depends on the situation.
You're talking of something.
Totally. Yeah.
You learn.
Depends on the situation.
Yeah.
But generally, I think for relationships, you should apologize once you are sure that
it's sincere, because sometimes you
feel nimekukosea.
Yeah, because these kids, you know, African kids, maybe. Hey, this are not. You are there stealing meat on your mother's foot. And then you are caught with a spoon in your mouth like this. But just sorry, that's not sincere. You'll be doing that because you are caught.
No, you'll still be crying.
You will be crying because you are caught. If you'll
say
what comes next after getting caught, even hotter.
Yeah, it will come later because you
know the repercussions. So you are like, I'm sorry.
Because you can just apologize at the moment and then pretend and then do it again. So it's not exactly.
It's not sincere. So on that case, unakula tu because I'm polite. You go to your room, you rethink your life. You come back and say, I'm sorry to mom. Yeah. And what if the other person is not ready?
Okay, it's just when you two, I think he said time and space, especially for girls. I'm gonna have to emphasize. If I'm a jam, come on, a jam, watch it to a jam. Like, Zawa, when you're sorry, you say sorry, but just let them. And then once I'm calm and I can reason, then we can now talk. But at the moment of anger, things will just happen and we say things I don't mean.
It's good you also answer something at the moment of anger.
Yeah.
So you have to learn when. I didn't say I was saying it. I was also looking at it from a point whereby you want to say sorry, but why would you say sorry? Is it for your own self-interest, or is it for out of concern of acknowledging this wrong that you've done? It also comes to a scenario whereby what you've done wrong is really eating from within. So, and really, that is what we should work on, how the steps are taken to do this and this. I think you understand that there are some points, especially to some people, first thing, and perhaps sorry of memory, especially if it is an intended mistake. That happens in our daily technologies, that someone maybe just you were busy with maybe on your phone, you fell through the way, and you suddenly knocked someone over. It's the coffee, the first thing you should say sorry, and acknowledge it is who you made the mistake. And now work on how you're going to help the scenario that you set up, that making things look better. I think it immediately cools the tension taking, because if you're arrogant about it, the next thing you find out may just wake up into a fight.
Yeah.
Or you never know.
Maybe something bigger.
Yeah,
than
maybe
what it
you
was.
spilled coffee or your boss was just going to interview you, then suddenly you just do it. But I'm busy, I'm going. I need to also meeting the same person. Now it becomes an awkward scenario because you know you did wrong.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah, I think that wraps our conversation on apology languages. This is a new segment, and I would love to Michelle to be the first person.
Oh my god.
To test this. This
I
is
think
a test
instead of
run.
going to Canada to avoid this, this is literally gender abuse.
So Michelle, you're in the spotlight. This is a new segment. You recently launched the 63rd Street podcast.
Yeah.
Go and check it out on Spotify.
Shouting.
Go and check it out on
Oh my
Spotify.
God.
That Street podcast. What inspired it, and what was the hardest part?
Okay, full disclosure. It's now Mystery Unfolded. Yeah, it changed from 63rd Street to Mystery Unfolded. So basically, I was bored. I don't know what it is. I think it's a real-time podcast. Let's be real.
Yeah, let's be real.
It was after high school, and then we have these 9 months of holiday, no books to read, no job to do, so I was just bored. And then I was with a friend of mine, my classmate, all through high school. There were also fellowships in research. So we were like, okay, what are we going to do with these months of holiday and space and time? We're like, let's do a podcast. And so we started it at 63rd Street, involved some people who are available. But then later we switched it up to Mystery Unfolded.
Yes.
It's currently on Spotify. It's doing okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the distance, you know, in a way, a bit difficult. On Spotify, Mystery Unfolded, and it's the hardest part was actually getting people to be available for it, because we were just the two of us at that time. And plus, she travels a lot, so I got in and out of town. So most of the time, we got to meet with young, and it's hard to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult to be recording and then we go abroad. Because it's supposed to be a conversation. It's supposed to have many minds together talking something. So yeah, that was hard. And it's hard to get people to come together. Yeah. And do that.
It's a struggle having these two.
It's a struggle. It's just a thing of us.
It's a struggle, but we have progress.
It takes months of preparation.
It's an amazing
I'm
market.
saying still congratulations. The push that you still have, that's what has kept it going.
Yeah.
To reach this heights.
Yeah.
And that's what will make it.
It's super proud. God the answer. Do you know what we call our fan base here at Real-Time Podcast? Support on Spotify, show our love, man. It's actually like more than encouraging to shoot the next day. So please, Germany. So let me summarize this entire topic of today.
Apology. Wow. That was a very hard topic, by the way. Who came up with this?
He's not around. He's upset with apology.
Because he is.
He had to be.
I didn't have a conversation with him.
To touch Eugine right next time. So here are the 5 apology languages by Dr. Gary Champman. And here are 5 apology language by Dr. Gary Chapman and Jennifer Thomas. So the first one is expressing regret. What it sounds like? It sounds like this: I'm sorry for what I did. Like Michelle said, you have to be specific for what you did. And the key focus is to acknowledge emotional hurt and showing remorse. T, be specific about what you're sorry for. The second one is accepting responsibility. What it sounds like? I was wrong. Key focus, owning up to your actions or mistake without excuse. T, avoid blaming others or justifying your behaviors. I'm sorry because I was washing utensils, I was mopping. That justifying. Just say I'm sorry because I was late and it's my fault. Number 3 is making restitution. What it sounds like? What can I do to make this right? Key focus, offering to make amends better and follow through. The fourth one is genuinely repenting. What it sounds like. I'll do my best not to do this again. Key focus, showing a sincere desire to change your behavior. Tip, be clear about what your plan is. Requesting forgiveness. What it sounds like. Will you forgive, for example, restitution, for you to make things right? Yeah, so learning this can improve a relationship between you and your spouse, your friend, your boss, every kind of relationship. What are the ship? One quote I had about friendship or relationship is that a ship is meant to be moving. And sometimes when you hurt somebody, the ship in a stop, it stops rolling. So maybe learning that person apology language might be effective on to keep the ship moving, not burning the watch. There are ships that use fuel, burning the fuel for that relationship to keep moving. Yeah, so that's why we had to have this conversation. Thank you for staying tuned. But we can't wrap it up before putting these people on. I love this segment. I love it because I have the question, I have the answers.
Okay.
I don't have to participate.
You're basically excluded.
It's between you two. There are 10 questions, so whoever can ask whoever says the answers gets the point. Whoever gets the points is the winner of this episode.
Just
So,
teach.
No cheating. The first question, let me say this before I give you the answer. Before I give you the question, I'll give the question and the answers also at the end after you have failed them.
Oh my god.
So that the real G's know what you're talking about. So the first question, what's the capital city of Australia? Australia, sorry.
Australia.
The capital city, yeah?
Australia. I think this thing is social studies. Primary school social studies.
What's the answer?
It has to be something that has to do with that. See?
The right
I
track?
was gonna say
Yeah.
Canberra.
Canberra, correct. What's the planet closest to the sun?
The first.
The planet closest to the sun.
Mercury. Wow.
1 point for Gerald.
8 legs.
8 legs, you got it first.
Oh my
2
god.
points for
It
Gerald.
can't be 9.
It can't be 9.
It can't be 9.
7.
7, you got it.
Not add -1.
In which continent did the Titanic sink?
The what?
Oh,
Titanic.
which year, I'm sorry. Which year did the Titanic sink?
I'm a Titanic lover, but I don't know that one.
To watch, yeah, man.
We know the story.
We know the movie.
We know the book.
This is so bad.
But we don't know the history behind it.
Then we're going to see that. What's the smallest prime number?
2.
2. I convert it. 5
Convert.
2. That's 2 for Gerald.
Cheese.
The last question. What do bees collect and use to make honey?
Nectar.
Let's say unfair. 5-3. Okay, so the two answers that you need to get. Who painted the Mona Lisa? Leonardo da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
Leonardo da Vinci.
That is so funny.
Number 8.
I was just trying to get Leo.
In which year did the Titanic sink? The year 1912.
1912. How would I know that I wasn't even born?
See, you're watching the Titanic. You're history.
Yes.
Still young. 1912.
Man.
It was common, especially with the news of the sinking was how do you call it? The submarine. It was really highlighted when that event happened as well. Yeah, and they were doing the research about the Titanic as well.
Yeah. Yeah, but that has been it. I hope it was fun. It was fun on our side. So I hope
Fun
you
to
enjoyed
be.
it. So thank you, Michelle, for coming through. Thank you, Gerald, for coming through. And that's how we wrap it here on the Real Time Podcast. See you on the next episode. It's a wrap.
How's that?
Kafunda.
Alright.